Hey everyone, it's Megan. Welcome back around the Cauldron. Today I have a two-part video. I have an unboxing of a new tarot deck that I got that I'm so excited for, and I have a brand new tarot spread for shadow work that you can use in your own readings. So if you care about the unboxing and the new tarot deck, then stay right here. If you only care about the shadow work tarot spread, go to this timestamp right here, and that's where it starts. So this tarot deck that I got, I pre-ordered a long time ago, I think around the beginning of this year, actually 2021, and it's called the Somnia Tarot, created by photographer Nicolas Bruno. I came across this tarot deck on Instagram and I was immediately intrigued because the entire deck is created out of photography rather than illustrations. I saw a couple of the pictures of some of the cards and I knew that I had to have it because it's something that is entirely different than what I would normally pick up at the store. So Nicolas Bruno says that he has been around tarot most of his life, and this tarot deck is a combination of his interpretations of the cards as well as some sleep paralysis experiences that he had. So let's go over into the unboxing and let's get started with that. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me okay with the way I have it set up, but I am so excited to open this. I pre-ordered this deck, oh my goodness, I want to say December of 2020, something like that. So it has been a while, and I am just so excited to open this. This is a tarot deck like none that I have ever had before. And that's kind of what drew me to it. Oh, it's so pretty. Ooh, it's heavy. Nice and heavy. Comes with a little card. This is the Somnia Tarot. Thank you for bringing my project to life. Okay, I'm ready. Let me move the box. I'm gonna try to make this flip through and unboxing entertaining, or at least fun to look at, and fast. So there's the box. Somnia Tarot. Cool. Ooh, and it's still wrapped in, it's wrapped in plastic. Okay, let me move the bag. So this tarot deck was created by a photographer, Nicolas Bruno, and I saw it on Instagram and I just was immediately drawn to it because it's something that it's a type of deck that I don't think I would have picked up in a store. Just the idea of it being created entirely with photography was very appealing to me. It's got a little white book. Each one has the keywords and stuff associated with them. Let's see, a little letter from the creator, Nicolas Bruno. Major Arcana, Minor Arcana. So a very simple little booklet. I like that it's simple. Okay. Oh, even the cards are wrapped in plastic. So much plastic. Okay, let's see if I can get it open without messing it up. Okay, I got it open. So the cards are fairly large. Here is my hands for reference. And let's flip through it. I am excited to see the images on this deck. I have only seen bits and pieces of the photography on Instagram. So we'll flip through really quick. It looks like the coin has this logo on it, which is really cool. And something interesting about these photos too is the photographer created each of these without using any sort of special effects, like editing wise. If you follow the photographer on Instagram and see the tarot's Instagram itself, you can actually see some behind the scenes of how the photographer created some of these scenes without using things like Photoshop, if I'm not mistaken. See, like this card right here, how it is a hanging basket that is like a hot air balloon. There's actually an explanation of how the photography did that without using Photoshop. I remember that one specifically because it was really interesting to see how the photographer did it. That's one of my favorite images. Ooh, that one's interesting. Each one has its own little thing inside of it, just like the traditional Seven of Cups. I really enjoy how, while the people are usually the subjects of the photo, their faces aren't shown. Their faces are not the focus. It really gives you a chance to focus on the feelings that the card evokes and connect with the meaning without focusing on what the people look like. All right, we should be getting into the major arcana now. Let's move those out of the way. The World. I love this one. I've seen this one on the photographer's Instagram, Nicolas Bruno of the Tower, and I feel like this card gives meaning, gives great meaning and great imagery to go along with the Tower and what the Tower means. And lastly, the Fool. Now we can move on into the tarot spread for shadow work. If you don't know what shadow work is, I have a video, I'll link it somewhere up here, that explains what shadow work is and how you may go about doing it and who should and shouldn't be doing shadow work. This is my shadow work disclaimer that shadow work has its basis in psychology, and you should definitely know the basics and the foundations of what shadow work is from a psychological perspective before you even try to use it in a spiritual sense. There's also a great interview that Firelight did with a licensed trauma therapist and witch that I definitely recommend you listen to if you're interested in shadow work. I'll leave a link for that in the description below. So moving into this tarot spread, it is a simple 4-card spread stacked top to bottom in the shape of stairs. And this tarot spread is to help you get in touch with a current shadow issue that you might be having, something that's really giving you trouble or giving you pause, or if you don't know where to start with shadow work and you have a good support system and you know what shadow work is, this is a good place to start too. So we're going to start with card 1. Card 1 starts up at the top. It is the first stair. And this card is what's hiding in the darkness. What is hiding in your darkness? This is your current shadow concern. Moving on to card number 2. Card number 2 is how does this affect my waking life? How is this current shadow issue affecting you in ways that you may or may not be aware of? Our shadow is our backseat driver, and sometimes it knows things that we don't, and it subconsciously influences our decision throughout our day. Card number 3, how should I approach this darkness? This card should help you build a plan for working with this shadow concern. Should you approach with caution, emotion, logic, alone, or with help? And the last card is what can I learn from this? How will this illuminated shadow help you moving forward? How can you learn to work with it instead of against it? Once you know what it is and how it affects you, you're better equipped to handle it whenever it shows up during your day. So let me know what you think of the Somnia Tarot by Nicolas Bruno. If you're interested in his work as a photographer and also his tarot deck, I will leave his socials down in the description below. This video is not sponsored or anything. I just really enjoy the imagery of this deck and the emotions that it evokes. I've also created a printable that you can use this shadow work spread for, and you can find that link in the description below as well. Let me know if you try the spread out, see how it works for you. I'd love to hear from you. Go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Don't forget that I have a Discord server if you are interested in hanging out with like-minded witches and magical people and non-magical people. Everybody's welcome. You can find that link in the description below as well. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.